It's a very picturesque view of the glen.
Thank you.
What for?
Why, for liking what I brought you. It makes me very happy.
You get happy very easily, don't you?
I
haven't been in an open shed like this since I was a boy, which at this point in time seems a good 2,000 years ago.
You mean you're tired?
All right, Lassie, I'm tired. That's why you brought me up here, isn't it? So I can take a nap.
I shouldn't think a long walk would fatigue such a young lad like you.
A young lad?
Aye, you're very young.
That is either a deliberate lie or wishful thinking. I am ancient, decrepit, and I am disintegrating rapidly.
Aye?
What's under here? A rock garden?
My father used to sleep on it.
That was his second mistake.
He and my mother met on the shed. You see, my mother was a gypsy. And one day she was walking past the shed and she saw my father here asleep on the cot. She liked his looks and was a wee bit tired anyhow. So she took off her shoes, sat in that rocking chair and waited for him to wake up. And it wasn't long after that I was born.
That's one of the sweetest bedtime stories I've ever heard.
Are you sure you're comfortable?
Very. Thank you very much. You've been more than kind. Now, if you want to round out your generosity, buzz off.
You're a broad, handsome lad.
You should see me when I'm rested. I'm almost robust.
I just hate to leave you.
Oh, you should. When I sleep, I make all sorts of odd noises.
Who told you? Do you have a wife?
No, but I was engaged once.
What happened to the lass you were engaged to?
She fell in love with a Russian.
A Russian?
Yes.
Russia is in Europe, isn't it?
Yeah, more and more.
Oh.
It's not far from here. You just cross the channel and turn left.
You're a winning lad. All right, winning lad.
Now look, lass, I don't know what you're after, but I don't want to. I just want to go to sleep.
But didn't you see? I'm highly attracted to you.
Thank you very much. And when I wake up, we will discuss the whole problem. And believe me, you have a problem.
But when I look at you, lying on the cot, I feel little tadpoles jumping on my spine.
That's about as repulsive an idea as I've heard in years. You know, if sex were a hobby, you'd be a collector's item.
But I've been waiting so long.
Go!
Oh, ye men are all alike.
Well, I should certainly hope so.
You're all brutes. You get what you want from a lass and then 'tis farewell.
Get what I want. I can't even get you to go away.
That's what I'm referring to. I thought you were interested in me, that's why you let me take you here. You misled me.
Well, you certainly have one hell of an imagination. Could you think of one good reason why I, a strange man, would be interested in you, a strange woman? And at this hour of the day?
Of course I can. Because you're a lad and I'm a lass.
And with that philosophy, you must have had a provocative career.
I've had a great many heartbreaks.
I don't doubt that at all.
At 16 years, I was blue and sad. Then father said I should find a lad. So out I went to become a wife and found the real love of my life. His name, it was Chris, and the last was me. I met him one night in flowers on the hill. He had looked a charm and a certain kind of touch and a certain kind of eagerness that all the battles he'd won. He wasted his time telling me about his mind. But one look at him decided me to not put up a fight. We skirmished for hours that night, and I found the sword